What we're going to be doing today is I'm going to be showing you guys how to create a citation in the MLA format using Alabama Virtual Library. Before we get started, I wanted to show you this website. It is on Purdue University's website. They've created something called the Purdue Online Writing Lab. And on this website, you can find any citation that you need, and it shows you how to do everything with that citation. So what I'm going to show you really quick are the components that you're going to need for an MLA citation. And you can see these listed right here, numbers 1 through 9. One thing that it does not include is the access date, and that's the date that you, as the researcher, have accessed the information, and that's actually going to be number 10. So using this information, I have created kind of a color-coded format that we're going to do our best to follow while we're using Alabama Virtual Library in order to create our MLA citation. So I'm going to open up the Alabama Virtual Library website, and for this, I'm going to click on middle school, and then when I click on middle school, it's going to pull up the search bar, and I'm just going to type in the civil rights movement and then click the search magnifying glass. Once this loads, it's going to pull up different articles, different books, periodicals, magazines, just as many resources, and you can see there's over 1 million with the tag of civil rights movement that you could actually look through. But we're going to keep it very simple. I'm going to scroll down to this periodical, Malcolm X versus Martin Luther King, rivalry that supercharged the civil rights movement. And I'm going to click on Access Now. Whenever I click on that, it's going to pull up another database called the Gale General 1 file. And this is where we're going to get most of our information, well, all of our information, in order to create this citation. So based on the format that I have on my right-hand screen, the first thing that we need to look for is our author's last name and first name. So by looking at this information, at the very top, off the bat, I don't see any author's name. So if it's not at the beginning, it could be at the end. So I'm going to scroll down to the very end of the article and see if I can find an author's name at the end. But right here at the bottom, I'm not seeing any information other than some copyright information. So when that happens, you actually just get to skip that part. If there's no author listed, you don't have to put an author down because we don't know who the author is, so we can't put down their name. So that means the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to go to the title of the source. And the title of the source is the title of our article, which is Malcolm X versus Martin Luther King, rivalry that supercharged the civil rights movement. I'm going to copy this. On my document, I'm going to add a quotation mark. I'm going to paste this title, and then I'm going to close it in a quotation mark. Okay, the next thing that I'm going to do is we're going to look at the title of the container. This is not applicable to our information, so we're going to skip that, as well as skipping the next couple or the next few different elements that we could possibly need in our citation. We don't have an author, and we don't have any other individual contributors to this article. There is not a version number or a version or number. So we're going to pick back up with the publisher. So the publisher is The Week UK. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in The Week UK. After the publisher in our format, it says to put a comma, and then we're going to type in the publication date. And we can see right here on the left-hand side that our date of publication is May 21st, 2025, except we're going to write that in a different way. We're going to write 21 May 2025. Then what we're going to do is we're going to add a comma because we need a comma after this. The location. So there's 2 locations that we're going to put. So we're going to put the Gale General 1 file. And we are also going to put the exact link that we can find it. Now, what we're not going to do is we're not going to copy and paste the link in our address bar. I'm going to actually go to where it says Get Link, and I'm going to copy and paste this link and I'm going to paste that here. Okay, so now we have our link for the location. And then again, we're going to put our access date. Today's date is June 20th. So I'm going to put a comma. I'll put 20 June 2025 and end that with a period. Okay. Now, this is not the final step for our citation. You can tell not everything is correct yet. So what we're going to do is on the second line of your citation, there needs to be an indentation. So usually what I do that works the best for me, if I press the tab button, it tabs the very first line, and we don't want the first line tabbed. So I'm going to go to the 2025. I'm going to hit enter just to move it down. I'm going to backspace it up, and now we have the freedom to tab that section. And then I'm kind of just going to do the same thing for the location link, and just kind of leave it at this. Now, there are a few different parts of our citation that need to be in italics. But for the most part, this is what the information should look like. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to compare our citation. I'm going to move myself over. We're going to compare our citation to the citation that the website actually provides. So you do need to know how to find this information and how to create a citation on your own. But in 2025, most every website has a citation tool embedded into it. And so if you notice right here at the top, there's a cite button. So I'm going to click on that. And it gives you just a few different formats that are available. And we're working with the MLA 9th edition. And right here is our full citation provided to us by this website. So I'm going to copy that. I'm going to paste it. Again, I'm going to hit enter. I'm going to tab it, enter, tab it. And if you notice, I left off some of the italics, so we're going to go back and italicize the week UK and then the Gale General 1 file. But that is how you create an MLA citation. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to email me or stop by the library, and I will be more than happy to help you on any research project or any just project or information that you would like to know. You'll have a great day.